Hey, good morning. It's Saturday, July 15th, and we're gonna do a little garden tour and then the garlic harvest. So Lily's gonna pull the garlic up for us. So I'm just gonna walk through the front and then do a little quick thing in the back, and we'll do the harvest. Okay. So here we go. Everything up here on the front porch looks beautiful. Those begonias are really taking off. And Lily popped a petunia out here. These I started from seed. I think they're the Purple Wave. They're really pretty. Dr. Phil is doing good. Getting some new growth there. And this begonia is beautiful. And then I did put some other begonias in a couple of pots up here that are just getting started. And those are going to be yellow. They'll be really pretty. Let me see. Oh, I wanted to show this too. My Christmas cactus is starting to get little flower buds on it. I'll tell you, this thing flowers just whenever it feels like it, honestly. So, and I love that. It's really beautiful. The hanging baskets with the white impatiens, gorgeous. They are a little bit water hungry though, so I do have to make sure I stay up on those. The petunia baskets look fantastic. Those are proven winners, and so basically I just keep them fed and they just keep putting out buds. They just keep putting out blooms. So I love the proven winners. Oh, here's the other begonia that I stuck in here. This one's a little bit slower, but there's stuff coming on, so that should be full soon. The calla lilies still looking gorgeous. That's why I love calla lilies, because the flowers just last so long. And this one is starting to put out a few flowers here. I don't see any white ones in this one, but that burgundy color is gorgeous anyway, so I'm not upset. This little grass is starting to get its bloom heads on it. I think this is Frosted Explosion. Now that I'm seeing it, I think it's Frosted Explosion. I started that from seed. These coleus I started from seed too. Those are really starting to put their best foot forward now that it's getting a little bit warmer. These impatiens are just so pretty. So speaking of the coleus, so I did put some down here, but I had a bunch that were still not in the ground yet. So Lily came through yesterday and added some extras in here, and then she put the rest in the border here along the fence, and they're just so pretty. They just look like a little secret shade garden. I love it. So, and all of this coleus is stuff that I started from seed. Really pretty. I'll get over here. She's got some around the Woo La La hosta. Those blooms are pretty old. I'm gonna go ahead and cut those off. I like it when the hostas bloom. I think it's really pretty, but they do get tired looking kind of quickly. This plant here is Lola's. I do get kind of a borrowed flowering out of it though, so it gets these flower blooms on it. They're like big trumpety looking blooms, and they're really beautiful. And it's a huge plant that just vines out over the fence and just kind of splays out really pretty. So when that's in bloom, you guys will get to see it. It's really gorgeous. So I think that this is like Yellow Brick Road or Rock and Roll Yellow Brick Road or something like that. Sedum. I'm going to end up moving that to the backyard because I think it's pretty here, but I want something a little bit more like the autumn Autumn Joy sedums. They're just a little more structure, and then the bigger they get, the more they kind of are upright and structured rather than sort of the rambling look. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably pull that one up here before the end of the year. This little hosta is not super happy with its life right now, but it is getting a little bit of new growth down in there, so hopefully it'll pop back next year without any issue. And look at this little primrose. This one's going for it too, flowering it. I guess it's been cool enough for these guys to flower, even though it's the middle of July. So that's nice. I mean, maybe I'll have sort of prolonged color on these primrose, you know, going forward, since we're a little bit cooler here. I mean, there's a bunch of buds down in there, if you can see. So that's nice. Only seeing white flowers on the primrose at this point, but I'm hoping we get like multicolors. The Serenity Alliums are still not blooming, but they are getting much closer. You can see sort of the color coming on the blooms a little bit. So they should be there. I'm hoping this week everything goes right with the weather. These Sweet William that I put in, these I started from seed. Oops. These I started from seed. They're starting to get little like bud growth going on in there. Those should be pretty. These I started from seed, and these I started from seed. I think we're going to have some color variation. You can see just the stem of this one is so dark, but this one is starting to put on a little bloom head as well. So it'll be interesting to see. And look at this dandelion. Dandelions are so persistent. I mean, there's a ton of cardboard under here, not to mention all of the wood chips on top, and they will just find any little crack, come back up. So everything else out here really doing well. Nothing too much changed from the last time I did the video a few days ago, but I would say these daylilies here are definitely putting on some good growth. These are ones that I had in the border, like in the shadier side of the front yard here, and I had put them in last year, you know, when I was first putting in just stuff, and for the first year, and they didn't do anything, but they did live and they did come back. So once I had this front side here in the sunnier area, once I had this bed done and knew I could have those full sun things, I moved them over, and they've definitely put some good growth on. Another dandelion. It just never ends. See, there's a little bumble enjoying the Russian sage, which is really pretty. Took just fine. I think this is probably one of those plants that will grow pretty much anywhere you stick it. So these oh gosh, now I'm not gonna be able to think of the word. The plant, it's a bush, it gets flowers. Okay, so these are I think they're Incredible, and they're the smooth lace cap. They're starting to put on their little sterile flowers, and they're beautiful. So I have 3 of these up here, and they're small. I mean, right now I'd say they're only about 2 feet at their tallest. and this is their second year. I didn't know if they were going to do well here because it's not full sun, and we're cold here in Zone 4B, you know, right on Lake Superior. And so most hydrangeas, there's the word, can handle full sun up here. And I've only ever grown them in full sun, but I figured I'd take a chance with these because I thought that these sort of smoky lavender would look nice against the red house when it's all full, so it won't like clash. And I mean, someday the house might not be red, but that's nothing that's on my to-do list at all for who knows how many years. But I thought they would be a nice bush to kind of give that, you know, fill this back of the porch in, and give some structure back here, but without being too, and still give flowers, but without being too clashy. So, and they're doing really well, I think. I think they might be a little bit slower than maybe if they were in a full sun situation, but I don't think they're going to have any issue like living up here forever. And I'm fine with them growing a little bit slower if that's what I have to do. So these are daylilies here. These three are the Going Bananas daylilies, and it looks like we'll have some flowers blooming on those soon. Those are proven winners. Everything's doing great. The spirea, it has taken beautifully. It's perked right up. We've had some really great rain. I love the bloom color on this, and there's so many blooms considering that I left this in its pot. I bought this last year on clearance for $5, and had no idea where I wanted to put it, so it just stayed. And it's like, I think it was like maybe a 2-gallon container, all last year, and then all through the winter. And we had some pretty cold weather this year, and a ton of snow, though. I think that really helped. And then now, so I just got this in like what, a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, and it's doing really well. It's a beautiful bush and super pretty. I'm happy with it. A good $5 spent. Everything over here is doing great. Nothing too exciting to report, so we'll just get through here. Still don't have this done. Still don't have this done. We'll see. Maybe that'll happen this weekend. Maybe not. There's the hose. Here's the porch. We'll use this bucket for garlic. Porch looks great. So same story for this dogwood. I got this one on clearance, $5 last year, and it's been in its container the entire time. I still don't know where I'm gonna put that one. And then so this is the yellow twig, Arctic Fire Yellow dogwood. It's got some dead branches and stuff, but I mean, you have to kind of go in and do maintenance on those anyways. I don't think it being in the pot is the problem there. And then this one is also a clearance purchase, and this is the Baton Rouge dogwood. So this has the red twigs, which I think will be really nice in the fall and through the winter until there's too much snow to see it anymore. I just have to decide, because these get big, you know, 4x5 height and width. That's a big bush. I don't have that much space to sort of take up a big space like that with a bush. So it's a decision. And then I think the Arctic Fire one gets even bigger, maybe up to 6 feet tall and wide. So that's a decision that I really have to think on. These hydrangea are a panicle hydrangea. So, and these are, I put in pretty much at the same time as the ones out front, but you can see they're just a little bit bigger. The stems are thicker, stronger. So I think that because they're in mostly full sun, they get, you know, from noon on, these get sun, and they're on either side of the deck here. I think that is helping those. I did have them in shade for a while, but they weren't doing very well. So yeah, so oh my goodness, that little bird is excited about something. So okay, so Lily's out here picking strawberries. She's gonna do the garlic harvest, so let me just get a couple shots of these dahlias. So that's that big orange starting to open up really nice. I'm excited for it. It's not very tall, but yeah, we'll give it time. And then the Star Child is starting to open. So this is just like a single row of petals type dahlia, and it's beautiful. And then this Cornell Bronze is also starting to open, and that is really a beautiful color. Can't wait for that. Tomatoes are getting wild. It's a jungle. All right, you picking strawberries?
Yeah.
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah.
To harvest garlic? Okay. So we did pull one yesterday, and it looks very promising.
Yeah.
So, ooh, did you want to use that bucket to like put them in while
The
you're...
kids use that bucket to wash the car.
Okay, okay. All right, so
All right.
there we go. Well, let me get right up in there. Ooh.
Yeah.
Beauties. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's a big ass worm. Did you see that?
Holy Moses.
Oh.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
We're thinking we're going to probably put leeks in here after we pull, and carrots.
Oh, this one's kind of tiny.
That one's a little small, but decent. So I got the garlic that I planted in here from the local co-op, and it was garlic that had been grown here. So I knew that it would, you know, grow here. It was a lot better than buying garlic from like a seed shop, and I think it's definitely it's definitely been a success, I would say. Oh, is that a tough one? I mean, you can put those down on the ground if you need 2 hands.
No, I don't need 2 hands.
She's strong. Yeah, see, now that I would call that like an average. If you were buying like a
Like a head of
like a
garlic.
gourmet garlic or something,
Yeah.
that would be average size, I would say. So, and that's one of our smallest.
Yeah. Oh.
Don't worry about those feverfews, they'll be fine. You can just lay it down, and then
Yeah.
we'll let them kind of
Goes down over
dry
here.
out while... There's a lot in here too.
Yeah, there is.
Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna pull this one. Woo!
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Holy smokes. Here, put your hand up to that so we can get a... Yeah, that's a good size. That's a good size garlic. I should learn how to do like the time lapse on here. I should learn how to do a lot of things on here. I'm sure anybody who's watching this video is saying. And I did put some other garlic in here too.
Yeah.
So this is the German Hardy Red,
Okay.
I believe. German Hardy or German Hardy Red. And ooh, there's a good one. And I did put some other garlic in here, but then it got really kind of warm after I put it in, and it started to grow.
Oh.
And none of it came back up. So, lesson learned there. But I had done this area right here was that garlic, and none of it came back up, so we ended up putting potatoes in there that volunteered in the strawberry bed, and some gladiolas. I won't get you bending over here. I won't video your butt too much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There is like a ball of worms in this one.
Oh my goodness. Wormy. So these beds I just got put in last year, and I put brush and leaves and stuff that I had kind of cut from this side just to get it back and neaten it up so we could walk down the walkway and things like that, because this house hadn't had anything really done to the yard in years. Nobody was really living here.
Look at that.
Oh, holy moly. Oh wait, hold that. So let's see if we can get that to, like, if you hold it up for a few seconds, will it make it the thumbnail? Okay, good. Let's see. And so all of these beds are done in that style because I didn't want to, spend a ton on filling them up with soil. So I put sticks and branches and leaves and all kinds of stuff down. What's that?
I think this is a root to one of the potatoes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay, we just got to get that back under the ground.
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez, that potato is going for it.
Wow, they really are.
Holy smokes.
I hope we get some good potatoes off of this. There's a cigarette butt in here.
Wow, that's gross.
Oh.
Just throw it over there. Wow. We'll get it. I don't know where that came from. Must have been maybe in the branches, because there was a pile of cigarette butts from the guys who were working on redoing the house when we first moved in. So anyways, it definitely is made this soil good. And there's nothing, I did put cardboard down under the branches and things like that, but otherwise there's nothing blocking the growth of the soil in this bed from the soil, the native soil. Holy smokes. Wow, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at that. Wow. I'd say this was definitely a success.
Yeah. I'd say so too. We did a very, we got a pretty good harvest.
I think so. I'm excited. That's an fantastic harvest. Oh, dang it. What was it? Awesome garlic harvest. That's great. So then basically what we'll do is just cut these. We'll clean the dirt out and then cut them like about here, and spread them around in the kitchen and just let them dry out until we want to use them. And I think you wanted me to do some pickles.
Yes.
Yeah.
And pickled garlic.
Right. Yeah. So we'll save some for regular pickles, refrigerator pickles. So basically all of this garlic is going to get pickled. I have no intention of really saving any for anything else. But garlic only really lasts 3 months after you cure it and stuff like that anyways.
Yeah.
So putting it in the pot is, in the pickle jars is I think a great way to preserve it. Okay, well, I guess I'll just do a quick walk around and then I'll wrap this one up.
Yeah.
Because I think we really just wanted to get that garlic harvest. Oh, let's see. Woo! Nice. Okay, so like I said, we're planning on replanting this with something that can go into the cold and handle a frost. So I do have some leeks that I purchased and still haven't gotten in the ground, so probably those are going to go in. And then I'll just throw some carrot seeds in there as like some shorty carrots. And then even once we get a frost, the carrots are fine in the ground. And the leeks too won't care about those first few frosts. And so there's a runner on the strawberries, not letting the strawberries run. So anytime we see runners, we pull them. I don't want them running in those beds because they're just, they're just raised beds, and strawberries can just be so aggressive. And then once they get too aggressive, then they start wiping themselves out because of it. Oh my God, Lily.
What?
There's another potato in here.
Is there?
Holy crap. It's little, but right there. Look at that.
I mean,
I guess we'll leave it. That's crazy. The potatoes are crazy because we grew potatoes in these grow bags last year, and I ended up sort of like dumping the dirt over here in this bed, but we thought we had gotten everything out of it. I mean, and Grandpa Chuck helped me get all those potatoes out. And so that's the fourth plant?
That's the fourth plant.
Yeah. That's crazy. So I guess we'll have potatoes this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah, look for runners. I just pulled a runner out of there. Everything else is doing really, 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 really fantastic. The poppies are really almost done. I've been cutting, kind of letting the seed pods get to a certain size. When I look at it and I think, oh, I like that, then I cut them and I'm drying them. I don't want them to self-seed in here. Same kind of deal with the strawberries. I just don't want them being too crowded in a raised bed and taking up all the space and basically eventually kind of wiping themselves out, because then the only thing that will really grow in there is grass and dandelions, and they'll take over, and then I have to pull the whole bed up, dig it out and all that, and I don't want to deal with that at all. So I'm going to try and stay on top of making sure no strawberry runners and no seed heads popping off of the poppies. Actually, once they're fully done, I'm going to dig the plants up too and just take them right out of here. So the seed heads, I suppose I could use them next year, but I don't know, because at the point where I'm cutting them, I like them to get a little bit bigger than this, so more like golf ball size before I cut them, just for the look of it. I don't know if the seeds will be viable, because they're supposed to grow until until it bursts. So I don't know if those seeds will be viable for replanting, but I'll probably try some. And I still have seeds in the packets. You get like 1,000 poppy seeds. There's our first zucchini. Looking good. Looking nice. I think we might cut that today. We'll see. Lily made a brisket yesterday that's just like fantastic, and I think a little squash would go nice with that. The whole house smelled like sugar cookies when we woke up in the morning, and I was like, are we cooking meat or what? So it was like a 12-pound brisket that she put in the oven overnight. She left it, salted it, seasoned it with the adobo seasoning, and then left it out for at least 24 hours.
Yeah. And
let it dry up, and then put it in the oven at 250 for 12 hours overnight. So when we woke up in the morning, it was like a magical Christmas smell through the whole house. It was so good. And I think it was like 12 pounds, and I think we ate like 6 pounds of it yesterday. Yeah. For sure. We were very excited by it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, everything's looking great. Cosmos are coming on. This is going to be really pretty right here, because we have this sort of white cosmos, and then the darker, and then this pretty pink here. So that's going to look really pretty once those cosmos are all full up. The peppers, we actually had 2 days in the 80s, so the peppers in these little bags actually started to put a little growth. This is how sad my peppers are, because it's been so cold. I say cold, but just not getting out of the mid 70s really, and then overnight it's down in the 50s. We're just not having consistently warm weather, so these peppers are not growing. They're living. They're living a sad life, but they are living. But they're not putting on any growth. So you can see here, just from 2 days in the 80s, that this little pepper started to put on some green leaves. The stalk is so pretty, and it really, when the wind is blowing the way it is right now, just that little gentle breeze, it just makes the whole backyard smell like clove. I'm in love with it. I don't think I will ever not grow. Oh yeah, there's a little spider there too. Tons and tons of bees, spiders, pollinators of all kinds everywhere. And once the flowers start coming on, they really come on. I can't wait to kind of come out and see all the bees just sleeping in the cosmos in the mornings. It's so nice. The green beans are taking off, starting to climb on both trellises here. Loving it. Yeah, the chamomile I put in took nice. And I think chamomile is probably one of those plants that you could plant anywhere and it will do just fine. Now this cosmos, this is like, I think the apricota. I don't know how much. This one's kind of beat up. It's a little past its prime, but there's like a peachy streakiness under that pink that's so pretty. I don't know that this gets super tall, but we'll see. We'll know soon enough because they're coming on. Tomatoes. Even though the heat hasn't been high, the tomatoes are doing really well. I think it's actually really been perfect for tomatoes, because the tomatoes are definitely putting on. It's like every flower is producing a tomato, which is nice. And this Cherokee Carbon has got its first set of buds here, so we will definitely have Cherokee Carbons. Very excited. This nasturtium is gorgeous. So pretty. Oh, like the little fuzzies. Oh, it's gorgeous. That is one that I started from seed this year. This is, I think this is the Alaska, this is one of the Alaska, like Alaska Red or whatever along those lines. This is a volunteer that I let keep going. Once I saw it had the variegated leaves, I was like, okay, you can stay. And it's doing really well, even though this nasturtium is obviously the boss of the bed. It's holding its own, and it looks really beautiful. I'm gonna let it kind of vine around in there. And this Cherokee Carbon put on a ton of growth since the last time too, like those few days in the 80s. It's got another growth point here, and it seems to be wanting to catch up with that one. Just needs the right weather. And I came in and trimmed back some of the bigger squash leaves that were coming in over the top of it, so it'll get a little more sunlight now. Straw flowers are doing fantastic after I came in and pinched them back, so you can see that's where I cut them, and the side shoots are putting on really nice growth, and so these should be nice and full by the time those flowers start coming on. And here we are back at the garlic bed. Okay, so that's everything we wanted to share with you guys. I love you. And I'll probably give Mama, I'll give you a call in the morning, and probably Chucky too. We'll all talk either today or tomorrow anyways. And for everybody else, bye.